All right, so let me tell y'all something. And I want to be clear because I'm not the type of person at all that even try to convince y'all to listen to what I got to say. Come up with your own arguments. But when I'm right, you better believe that I'm going to be the first one with my I told you so. I told you so. I told y'all idiots yesterday. They not going to let this black man get them two white guys, the two respected white guys out of here. Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, responded publicly to Kevin Durant's request of either him or them. Mr. Tsai says, our front office and coaching staff have my support. We will make decisions in the best interest of the Brooklyn Nets. Boom! KD just got little boy. I tried to tell y'all yesterday, there's no way in hell they're going to let a nigga get two white guys out of their prominent positions without them at least landing safe. Steve Nash, yes, he definitely been exposed. But Sean Marks, even though he did not, in my opinion, do the right things this season, his overall body of work with that organization for 4 or 5 years have been pretty decent. KD don't have that damn cachet. Salute to my guy BA from Get Your Bars Up Media. He joined us yesterday. We talked about this yesterday. We've never seen a player get a head coach and a GM out of there at the same time. What KD was asking for was kind of ridiculous. I got to talk to the bosses because I don't know if he really meant that or if he just did that to really push his way out the door. I think Kevin Durant's smart. I don't think he was dumb enough to think that he was going to be able to remove those two white guys out of their positions. I think he did this to really force the owner to find a trade because, again, I knew one thing for sure, two things for certain. The Brooklyn Nets are going to appease public relations before they try to win the championship. That shit was evident with this whole Kyrie Irving vaccination story. They were so pressed to embarrass Kyrie, make an example of Kyrie, speak in public about Kyrie, to appease the audience, to appease ticket buyers, to appease the other owners. And they pretty much alienated the one guys who were going to take them over the hump. So now what? I don't know, but KD got little boy. KD definitely got little boy. The owner said we'll figure this thing out as far as our team moving forward. But my guys is my guys. I tried to say that, man. KD ain't got it. I don't think LeBron could pull this off. Luka probably could pull this off. That white boy probably could pull off getting the GM and the coach out of there. But even though Steve Nash didn't have that great of a coaching couple seasons, whatever you want to call this, he's still well respected in the NBA. Sean Marks is well respected in the NBA. KD was pressing his luck. That's why it was so surprising to me that he went there. And how the hell is it going to work if he stay in Brooklyn for at least half of the season to the All-Star break? How the hell are you going to have Sean Marks as the GM and Steve Nash as the head coach, knowing this guy don't want you guys here? Where does that leave Kyrie? Where does that leave Ben Simmons? Can you imagine Ben Simmons' mental right now? I brought that up yesterday. But all I know, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Joe Tsai shut this down. Was it the right move? Hell no. Dumb move by Joe Tsai to say what he said. If you want to win a championship, you ride with KD and Kyrie. Forget the past, forget whatever happened before. If you want to win a championship in Brooklyn, or be close to one. There's no equation for you doing that in the next couple years without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. At least anything other than that is just not going for the chip. So there you have it. Joe Tsai and the Brooklyn Nets once again is putting public relation over championships because you're not going to get anything in trade value. You're not going to get the same thing in return for Kevin Durant or Kyrie. If you do a straight up swap for Russell Westbrook, Russell in Brooklyn, people will come see it, but that's not championship. And KD definitely ain't going to run it back with Russell Westbrook. So Joe Tsai, if he would have picked the players, if he would have picked KD over Sean Marks and Steve Nash, the other owners would have ripped him apart. Because my guy BA let it be known yesterday, the agreement between the players and the owners is coming up. Can you imagine that power play if KD was able to pull this off right before negotiations? That'd be insane. BA, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate it, man. KD definitely don't got that type of dominant pull. I don't know any black athlete right now that does. If LeBron was maybe in, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Steve Nash and Sean Marks got too much respect behind the scenes. When those guys get let go, it's going to be on the terms of the owner. It's not going to go down like this. Appreciate that so much, BA. So that is kind of crazy. Which Melo will wind up having the better career? I looked at this and I wondered. I'm like, damn, Carmelo is hometown here in B-More, never really go against the grain. Hasn't won a championship yet, but Carmelo's NBA career, he's a legend. He's one of the greatest. Will LaMelo be the better Melo when it's all said and done? He has a oh, this is so disrespectful because Carmelo was Mr. Olympic. Carmelo has done a lot. But that new day, new era, it might not matter. All that stuff might not matter if LaMelo can take Charlotte and win a championship early. Or just, man, if he gets some hardware period before his career is over. But if he leads the Charlotte Hornets to a championship, which is a long, long shot, but if he got time to pull it off, he has an opportunity to be the better Melo. He really does. BA say, yeah, he thinks LaMelo does have a shot. I just don't think it's realistic. I don't think it's realistic for the simple fact that the Eastern Conference, we talked about that yesterday, Charlotte ain't ever coming out the East when we talk about the NBA Finals. LaMelo has a more opportunity to be considered a more positive leader. He'll have the opportunity to be more of a social media sensation than Carmelo. Numbers wise, he could exceed Carmelo with numbers. Like, he has an opportunity to be the best Melo. I just don't see it. I think the competition is just too tough. And if Melo win a ring before it's over with, then To me, all bets is off, but that's just a hometown bias thing. But I don't know, man. Y'all, who is going? Which Melo is going to have a better career? I'm gonna go with Carmelo, but LaMelo definitely has a chance. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, man. Like I say, Carmelo was Mr. Olympics. Y'all remember when KD said this? I was checking out the Bleacher Report. Kevin Durant, he said this about LeBron James and the Lakers. He said, "I get why anyone wouldn't want to be in the environment because it's toxic. Look how this tweet or comment has aged." BA, what up, my G?
I'm chilling, man. What's good? What's good, man? What's happening, Seven?
Man, you know me, man. Just doing my little NBA 1-2 thing, man. Just talking the talk and trying to walk the walk. Just seeing all this shit that's happening in the NBA, man. Crazy.
Yeah, man. This NBA offseason has been what the young people say. They say lit. It's been lit.
Yep. Yep. It's definitely been lit. That's exactly what the fuck we need, too.
Facts.
All right, so
Facts.
I'm looking at this news. The NBA sent this memo to all 30 teams. Players must either be vaccinated or have medical clearance to play games in Canada this season. If a player is ineligible, their team must list them as out. Health and safety protocol, and the player will not be paid for the game. Damn. What you think about that rule?
I think that I think that's legit, man. If it's a rule, it's a rule, man. And I mean, going back to this past season, if you wasn't vaccinated, you couldn't play in Canada.
That's a
That's
fact.
a And it's like that is what a lot of people got to understand that don't like this in particular is, I mean, Canada is our neighbor, you know, but at the same time, it's a whole different country.
What you think
So
about Joe Tsai, what he said about Kevin Durant's request? How he shot that shit down.
I think it's smoke and mirrors. I think that he's being politically correct right now, but I know he's thinking of something. He's trying to put something together behind the scenes.
There's no way he's gonna win without Kevin and Kyrie. So, like you
Yeah.
said, this could be just all talk. But
So I he can win without them, right? I believe he can. I believe that he can win without both of those players.
no
But
way, no
I
way,
believe he
BA.
can.
How
I,
BA?
I'm
Break
I'm
that
just
down,
telling
bro.
I'm just telling you. I believe that if they make the right trade, bring the pieces in, yeah, I feel like they can. But I didn't say win a championship. I didn't say that
Okay,
though.
okay.
I believe they can make it to the playoffs. They might have a playoff run depending on who the leader is and whoever they bring in. I feel like they can do that because they did it before they even got there.
Yep.
So I believe that. But as far as getting over that hump to actually win the championship, no, no, of course not.
It's gonna be so hard though, bro, because like if they get rid of KD and Kyrie, God forbid one of those guys or even both of those guys remain in the Eastern Conference, like that's gonna make it even harder because they're gonna be gunning for them dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. There's only one decision to make for this owner if he trying to win a chip. And the way he talking, he not gonna make that decision. But we'll see. His bluff gonna have to get called.
Yeah, yeah. What's gonna shock me is if Kevin Durant goes into the season and he says, "I don't want to play," and he pulls a Ben Simmons, "I have mental health issues" or something. That's what's gonna shock the heck out of me, and that's gonna that's gonna that's gonna affect the league. The league might have to step in if that happens.
You think he would do that?
Um, he's so iffy. He's so wishy washy at this point of his career. To me, like I don't think it's going to happen, but I feel like it's very possible for it to.
Kevin Durant's legacy will be destroyed if
I
he
feel like
sat out.
I feel like his legacy has already been tarnished.
Yeah, definitely. it is he's been playing with his legacy ever since he decided to go to Golden State. Even before winning championships, he's like the storylines have already been created. But with the Golden State storyline, this whole Nets thing, and then you decide not to play. Oh hell no!
Yeah,
He will never live that down.
and and we haven't. What if in the middle of the season the Nets are doing well? Kyrie is showing up. He's not having whatever type of issues, and they decide to extend him during and after the All Star break or something. What will we
Yep,
say then?
that's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah,
insane.
you see, it's a lot of different variables. There's a lot of different variables, man. Like at any moment, anything could change with this particular team. And I'm honestly thinking ain't nobody going nowhere, at least for the first half of the season.
Has this been the biggest like destruction of a team you ever seen before in the NBA?
Yes, I will say that. And I say that because James Harden specifically and what they gave up, like you get to for you had Spencer Dinwiddie, you had a couple other players too that
Yep.
I can't name off the top of my mind right now. Levert, you had a whole bunch, like you had prominence, like you were a young team about to actually become something, and the next thing you know, Kyrie says, "Oh, I want to go to Brooklyn. Forget the New York Knicks. Let me grab KD." Then you grab him and y'all go do y'all thing, and then y'all say, "Okay, we're gonna give up all of these draft picks to go get James Harden," and then James Harden, like, bro, this is the biggest disaster of a franchise to me, the biggest collapse.
Because I thought that what happened with the Lakers back when they got Karl Malone, Gary Payton, and when they had Shaq, Kobe, and all them guys, and the way they lost in 5 to Detroit, I thought that was the biggest disappointment in NBA history. Then the Golden State thing happened, being up 3-1, 73-19, losing that. But this whole Brooklyn experience, I mean, from the start.
So I don't. The reason why I don't look at the Golden State and the Lakers thing, the Lakers situation. Karl Malone was almost 40. Gary Payton was in his mid 30s. Like I didn't look at them like they were great, and I was like, oh, it's a mini super team. But Shaq and Kobe were in the middle of their rift. They were dang near towards the end of beef, like real beef between each
Right.
other. So I kind of seen it already imploding. That wasn't a really big collapse, and then what I could say about that team too is they made it to at least they made it to the finals. And transitioning to the Golden State Warriors, they came back and won the next two and made it to the next three after that.
But after picking up Kevin Durant, who was arguably the best player in the world, number one, number two, like they needed help. They didn't just run it back.
Definitely, definitely. But I mean, I wouldn't call. I would. That was any team losing 3-1 in the finals. I mean, coming back and coming back from losing a 3-1 lead in the
Mhm.
finals. That is a collapse. But when we start talking about their franchise didn't implode. They got better after that.
A lot of
What you
people don't
thought?
talk about D Money just brought up. A lot of people don't talk about the round before that finals, the Western Conference Finals, where OKC blew the 3-1 lead to get Golden State into the finals. Where do you rank KD and Russell blowing that? Where do you rank that all time in collapses? Is that top 5?
They gotta be top five in my time of watching basketball. That's definitely top five. I felt like that was a time where that's when Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant had me fooled. He had me fooled. I thought he was the leader. I thought he was the next one. And that LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. I
Right.
thought he was up to that point. He was the guy. To me, he was the next up. And people don't talk about how that was like one of the worst shooting series he's ever had in his life. He was like he showed he wasn't a leader for real. Russell Westbrook showed that he was a leader that series. He didn't play super well, but he showed that he was the actual leader of that team going up to that point.
Right.
Kevin
Why do
Durant
you
was just
think?
there to get buckets.
Why do you think Lamelo will wind up being the Melo with the better career out of the two Melos?
And I don't Carmelo to me, Carmelo's only been a top 10 NBA player probably 2 years out of his whole career to me. He's over to me. He's overrated to me. He just gets buckets. Don't play, never
Wow.
play defense. I'm
Wow.
just telling you my opinion. It's unpopular, but Carmelo ain't never been that guy to me. He ain't never been that guy to me,
I
man.
got to talk to the bosses, bro. Are you serious? 2 years.
Yeah,
That's the only time you said you felt like Carmelo played top 10 basketball.
ever, bro. Out of
What
his whole career.
do you remember? Do you recall for the American public what 2 seasons or what teams he was playing for?
Um, he was playing for I think it was his final year at Denver. He was first team All NBA, and then I believe he was second team All NBA his first or second year with the Knicks. When they made it to the playoffs, I believe they lost the second round.
Right.
And those are the only 2 years where I thought Carmelo was like he was one of the ones. Any other season after that, he was top 15, top 20 to me, which is not bad. But when you start talking about the greatest to ever play, like where is he ranked? Is he? Man, people go get mad at me, but he ain't did nothing in his career for me. He ain't really did much in his career but score the ball. That's it.
Damn. I'm gonna be real, man. You come on my show a couple times. I've had some people come on my show a few times. This is the most disrespectful thing I think I've ever heard. I'm telling you.
What?
Wow.
Well, what has Carmelo done that was very impactful in the NBA?
Bro, Carmelo carried when we talk about basketball, when we talk about the Big Apple, New York, Melo had that on his shoulders. Now, mind you, he got to go up against Boston Big Three and then Miami's Big Three. So, him coming up short in New York with little to no help, you know, there were moments he really could have got things done, but I'm not really knocking Melo like that. He held that down. We
Man,
talked about in Denver.
I liked him more in Denver when he was a young pup than he was when he got mature and got that money because all he wanted to do was score. He didn't want to let anybody else get better around him. He didn't make anybody better around him. All he did was shoot the ball. His whole career, well, his whole tenure. When he was with, when remember he made it to the Western Conference Finals, right?
Yeah.
They ended up running into the Lakers. When he had Chauncey, he had Marcus Camby, he had a whole bunch of pieces around him that were veterans that were older. I felt like he did well in that environment because he had other veteran players who were pretty decent, and they kept him in line. When he went off to New York to go be his own man and everything, he became selfish to me, and it showed in his game. And I felt like he should have made it even further than he did. And he could have made New York a place where people really wanted to go play, but they didn't want to play with him. He got a horrible reputation. He's a great person. People say he's a great person because I ain't never met him, but people say he's a great person. But a lot of teammates say he was extremely selfish and he wasn't a real good leader.
So does LaMelo have to win a championship to be the best Melo? Because I don't see
Well,
that shit happening in Charlotte.
I don't believe that he has to win. I believe that I believe that he just needs more time as far as accolades. I believe he's a future first teamer, multiple time first teamer, multiple time All Star. I believe that he will get a ring. It might be with Charlotte, it might not be with Charlotte, but I feel
Oh
like
my.
his upside is higher because he's an actual team player. He's a team player. He's not selfish.
That's true. That's true. At the end
and
of the
he's
day, he'll
willing
be
to.
definitely looked at as a better leader than Carmelo. You can
He,
pretty
he's
much make that.
willing. He's willing, and in order for success and for legacy, he's willing to give up the individual whatever for the success. And shouts out to his father because he
Yeah,
know he got that from his dad.
yeah. Shout out to LeVar.
Yeah, shout out to LeVar, man. He did it. But who knows? Because injuries, all of that, in careers that does stuff. Hopefully, this young man remains healthy most of his career, if not all of his career. But outside of that, I think he has a better chance than Carmelo. Carmelo should have went, and man, I felt like he shouldn't have chased that money. He chased that money, and yeah,
Good point, bro. All right, BA, I appreciate you, man. About to sign off, man. Good take on these topics that I had this morning. Appreciate you coming through, G.
I appreciate you, Seven, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to get your bars up. Media shouts out to my guy Seven Mitchell, man. Team 30 for 30. You already know.
Yes, sir. You already know the vibes, man. Salute to everybody out there in the NBA community. If you guys enjoyed this live stream, make sure y'all hit that like button. Let me get my guy D Money in here real quick before I sign off. I know he want to definitely give me his opinion real quick. D Money, what's the vibes, G? Let me
Ma.
add my guy.
Okay,
Let
there
me
I
add him
go.
at it.
There. What up? What up? What up?
What up, family?
Hey, no, not much, bro. Did he leave already?
Yeah,
Yeah,
BA
about the
just
women.
stepped off, but he might be
Yeah.
in the if BA, if you're still in the live chat, sound like D Money got something to say.
Nah, I just I was I went ahead took a break. He triggered me. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're not gonna let you disrespect Carmelo like that. I'm just not
Yeah,
gonna let
BA
that
was
happen up
he was
here.
very disrespectful to Carmelo. I'm not gonna lie. He was very disrespectful to Carmelo. I don't know why either.
Fuck yeah,
And
yo, you
what
got
is this right here, bro? People were
yeah.
calling Kyle Lowry thick.
Pause.
Really?
Pause,
Bro,
sir.
he need
I
to
don't know
go
what's
back to Toronto, yo. Like he
going
just
on.
he I don't know what's going on with that kid, bro. Really?
Mm-hmm.
So Joe
Yeah.
Tsai, bro, he said he ain't having it. He said off the top, man, KD, you can forget about it. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm sticking with my guys. BA said he think that's just talk, but he made a
Mhm.
tweet saying that he's sticking with his guys. What you think about this breaking news?
Um, I mean, I kind of expected kind of this. I didn't expect that he was gonna let go of Sean Marks. Like, I feel like that probably was a deal breaker for him. Um, yeah, and then the whole thing about, power to the players, whatever. But yeah, this is probably one of the ones where it's just not gonna happen. So it puts the ball back in KD court. So it's like, hey man, you say you love to play basketball, how much you love to play basketball? That's really what it's gonna come down to.
Remember when KD
So
said this about LeBron?
yeah.
My, my, my. My, my, my. My. Woo!
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, he didn't make it toxic by himself though. We're not gonna do that.
Who, KD?
Hmm.
Well, again, you don't do that for LeBron. You give LeBron all the blame. So
Mm,
KD's the best player. He's the one responsible for all the moves being done. He green lights everything. So why not?
yeah, that's true also. But like I said, I mean, I don't think he's going nowhere, man. He's gonna end up playing one more year, and then next year, Kyrie and KD will be out of here.
Who's not going nowhere? Kevin Durant is gone. He ain't playing for them.
Mm,
Yo,
I think
Kevin
I'll have to
Durant,
see it. I have
you
to
have
see
to
it to
see.
believe it.
Yo, it's
I have
no
to see it to
way.
believe it.
It's not even going to work. The head
I don't
coach and
see
the
him stay.
general manager know that you don't want them around. That's not going to work for no 82 plus game season, bro. You already know. It's not going to happen.
Winning solves everything, bro.
Winning, that's not going to happen. That's my yo. You can't win if you don't play together. Like that's just ain't going to happen. What about Kyrie?
Mm,
What about
mm,
Ben Simmons?
mm.
Y'all had no respect yesterday for Ben Simmons. Y'all gonna need that.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was
Who
the
was
other
that?
folks
That was
talking. That was
somebody was real disrespectful to Ben Simmons yesterday.
yeah, nah, that wasn't
My,
me. I said, bro, I'll take that 2010 and 10 any day. I don't care what nobody talking about him
no, they gonna
shooting.
need
None
it.
of that.
They gonna need it.
So
They gonna
we
need it.
yeah, no doubt. Like I said, hey, KD, it's the ball's in your court. Let's see what happens. I doubt
KD
he
ass is
sit.
done. KD
You
ass is
think
done.
he gonna sit a year? I don't think he does that. You
Hell, he
can't.
can't. Yo, he can't afford to sit no year. Hell no. KD ain't like that. Are you
Mm,
kidding me? People already
34 years.
calling him soft. People already criticizing him for his moves that he making. Ain't no way they gonna let this nigga sit out a year and not just destroy his whole legacy. Like shit. That's
Yeah,
suicide.
yeah, 34 years old. You can't really sit
He got little boy
anyway.
yesterday, yo. The owner just said, "Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. I ain't don't you ain't they not letting no nigga get no two white men out of there, man. I said it yesterday, bro. I'm telling you, Steve Nash is too respected behind the scenes. Sean Marks is too respected behind the scenes by these other man. Please, they not letting this nappy head nigga do that. Are you crazy?
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
think
mm.
KD just did all this just to make it more clearer or force a more of an issue to get him out of the door, you know. But again, if it ain't no fucking Brooklyn, no, the Brooklyn Nets also said they are basically want the kitchen sink for whoever they gonna do this trade deal with for KD. They want all assets. So
Well,
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know how that's gonna work. Ain't nobody's gonna give up a whole team for a 34-year-old basketball player. I don't care how good you are, especially how things are going with the league now and how fast these guys are developing. No, I'm not giving up nobody.
Joe
So
Tsai is stupid. There's only one way for you to win a championship, bro, and that's with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Nothing else matters. All this appeasing the public relations and all that other stuff y'all be
Mhm.
doing, like that shit ain't gonna get y'all no ring.
Nope. At least try to get what's name. I don't want to bring race into it, but you
I'm
know.
bringing racing to it. I'll do it. Let me have it. Let me have it. I'm telling you because that's what the hell it's all about, bro.
I was gonna say, uh,
Keep that
when it
shit
comes
real,
to
man.
Psy and his race, you know how they think about us. So yeah, that
But it
wasn't gonna
ain't
go down
even
anyway.
see. But the thing about him, right?
Hmm.
It's not a race thing with him. It's a race thing with the other owners. Because of
Mm,
Joe Tsai, who's really like the minority, he's not a part of their, like he's a part of the owners club, but he's not a part of their club. Them guys are old and been having teams for, having these teams for the longest time. So like he's kind of a new guy. And if
yeah,
and if
you're
he
right.
start this trend, like this destroys everything them guys been, doing and how they've been conducting their
Hmm.
business and their teams. They would destroy this motherfucker for allowing KD to do that. So he playing this game because he don't want to ruffle feathers and he trying to make friends with his peers. You know what I'm saying? Which I
Okay.
kind of get. Which I kind of get. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right, but that's the angle. They not gonna let no black man, e- especially KD, who's not they not gonna let him get no sharp marks and Steve Nash out like that. On no pick me or pick them. Hell no. They not gonna allow that. That's too much power. The owners still don't, they still pissed off about LeBron's, his moves.
Hmm.
How that started the trend. LeBron going to
I
Miami
just
like that.
I
That
just
started
don't
all
see
that.
a way. I just don't see a way how they get rid of KD. I just don't see
Shit. They gonna get rid of Kevin Durant, bro. They're gonna get rid of Kevin
it.
Durant, yo, because what they gonna not want is Kevin Durant is unfiltered.
Hmm.
I wonder how he gonna play it out during the season. Like if he talking shit and playing, that ain't gonna be good. That's not a recipe for championship,
Do you think
even
he
with him
put?
in uniform.
Do you think he put this news out?
No,
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
about the meeting. Maybe about the
Yeah.
meeting. Maybe about the meeting. What his demands was, he put that out. But look how fast the owner responded publicly. He like, fuck what you talk about, KD. My front
Mm,
office and coaching staff got my support. Like, fuck what you talking. That's crazy. That's, you know what I mean. That's crazy. It's like he said,
mm.
fuck what you and Kyrie talking about. All right, Joe Tsai, you stupid nigga. I mean, I'm telling you.
It's looking real nasty right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Just like that comment BA said about freaking LaMelo and Carmelo. Can LaMelo win some games first? Can LaMelo do what Carmelo did as far as career average? Like
I'm gonna
we
keep it
gotta
real,
stop.
yo.
We gotta stop.
I'm gonna keep it real. He could wind up being the better Melo when it's all said and done with. LaMelo do have a chance to surpass Carmelo. You don't think so?
As skilled as Carmelo is, that's a tall order.
That's
That's just
true.
for me saying.
But
It's a
look,
really tall order.
the important things that Carmelo lacked, LiAngelo got leadership.
Does he? Because off court, he just as crazy as Carmelo is.
Well, he's young. He's young, but he not getting locked up. You know, he's not in the locker room causing trouble. You don't hear none of his teammates got anything really bad to say about him. I remember Terry Rozier. I thought Terry Rozier and him was going to bump heads. He
Hmm.
loved LaMelo, so I don't know.
Actually,
I think
he
LaMelo
might
got a
be just the
shot.
same. He's just the same as Carmelo. Strippers and porn stars.
Y'all bugged out, bro. Yikes!
The
Jesus
same, the
Christ!
same, the same vices, man. But like I said, look, I respect Carmelo as far as what he's done. Like the way that he scores, bro. It's the way that he does these things, man. Like everybody, he don't go to everybody else to for advice and how to do these different things and skills and skill set. As far as skill set goes, everybody goes to Carmelo. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a tall order to say, not to say that it can't be done, but I don't even see them in as the same type of player. He's gonna have to sacrifice more with LiAngelo because he's the point guard. So we'll see. I don't know there, bro. That's a tall order for me.
All right, man. I'm out of here. Salute to
All
my
right, G.
guy D Money. Peace to the people.
Sir.
We out, man.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.